a very, very tricky game because the game went the way that a lot of us didn't really picture it going. A lot of us felt the Bucs were going to go into this game and they were going to be really good because Atlanta's been struggling. And Atlanta kind of showed that they're a one-dimensional team that really relies on the run to win these games. Yesterday, they were able to get the run game going. If they can get over 125 yards rushing or so, or 150 yards rushing or so, they've been tough to beat. If you look at their stats, if the run game is going, they win. And all four of their wins have accounted for the run game being good that day. And yesterday, the run game was good yesterday. They had 156 yards on the ground. They ran 64 plays, but the Bucs ran 65. But still, at the same time, they were able to establish that. They were able to run the clock as well, too, yesterday, and they were able to put themselves in position. And also, yesterday, they had 3 picks on the defensive side on Baker Mayfield. And they also went ahead and got 3 sacks on Baker Mayfield as well, too. So this worked out very well for this team. Actually, 2 turnovers yesterday. Baker threw 2 picks, and he got sacked 3 times. Now, Ritter had a problem with holding on to the ball. He lost 3 fumbles yesterday, but one key fumble he lost was at right outside the goal line. I mean, not right outside the goal line, but right outside the end zone. And pretty much, that kind of threw him off a little bit. But that touchdown would have made the game a lot easier for him because at that point in time, it was 13-10. And it looked like the game, he had scored the touchdown. So I thought they were up 10, cruising. Winds up being that no, it wasn't. So they had to wind up kicking the field goal, and no, they actually went for it, and they lost the ball, on the next run because they thought they scored a touchdown on this play right here in the picture, but then they go out, he fumbles the ball right outside of the end zone, and then this winds up making the game still 13-10. Baker's able to drive them down and get them the field goal that they need to tie the game up. And then Atlanta takes care of their business. They get themselves a great drive there at the end of the game. And next thing you know, they're kicking a field goal. They win the game. Now they're first place in the NFC South, the most winnable division in football, unless you're the Carolina Panthers at this point. And, they pretty much put their hat in the ring with them being now the first place team in the division. Last week, it was the Saints. The week before, it was the Bucs. Now it's the Falcons. And you know what? We're going to probably just play musical chairs for the next, 10 weeks? So I think that when it all comes down to it, this is going to be an even crazier game when we get to Atlanta and play this in a month or so. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think that both these teams know that they're a little limited and they need good things to happen for them to win games. But at the same time, too, you're not going to, lose your mind about this because you know that you got so many more games to go and you got so many more division games to go as well, too. And for Atlanta, what makes them feel good is they're 2-0 in the division. And then you got the Bucs who are 1-1 in the division. So there's a lot of things that just, you get a little excited about because you know that the division is still very winnable. But right now, Atlanta, the team that a lot of people saw possibly winning the South, if it wasn't the Saints, are right where they need to be for those bettors, for those people that took the plus 225. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it shakes out. But it's a long season for everybody in the NFC South. But right now, the team at the top is the Atlanta Falcons. And you know what? It's funny because a lot of people still really don't understand that Atlanta is one of the better middling teams in the NFL. We have tiers. We got elite, we got contenders, we got middling, and then we got mediocre. It's that simple. And I'm going to go ahead and list these teams I'm going to list these teams for next Monday because then we'll be at the 8-week threshold of the season as well, too. So with that, let's go ahead and move forward and jump into afternoon game that we had. And that's the Steelers comeback to beat the Rams 24-17 in LA. Now, when it comes down to this one right here,